Alrighty guys, here we go. Let's get into this. You'll be able to see, I'm going to go through each of these items and then you'll be able to see where on my body I carry them in relation to my clothing. So, and it'll be just with a normal pair of jeans and a t-shirt, so nothing crazy, no tactical pants in this. I do wear cargo pants when I'm in my EMT class, and I'll be wearing them when I work as an EMT, but day to day, just jeans or shorts, standard pockets, nothing crazy. So let's get some of the boring stuff out of the way first here. Key fob I carry in my change pocket. I don't carry a whole bunch of keys I don't have a need for. My house has an access code that I can punch in, so I don't need a key for that. And then I use combination locks for most of my other locks that are smaller. So this just fits right in my change pocket, as you'll be able to see in this little video clip. I'm trying to roll that footage in there. But yeah, in my change pocket, it's way less obtrusive, and the buttons don't get pressed by the, they don't get pressed by the other items in my pockets because there are none in that change pocket. So that's that. I'll move that off the screen. Next will be this Sharpie, which I carry for multiple reasons. And actually, this is not a standard Sharpie. I bought a 3-pack of industrial Sharpies. They're supposed to be super permanent, specially formulated ink for industrial, laboratory, or commercial use. Remains permanent under most chemical washes and extreme heat and steam. So this was like $4 for a pack of 3 of these ultra permanent Sharpies. The only thing I can say is that when marking Tupperware, such as bottles and water bottles and things, or meal prep containers, it does last better in your dishwasher. But other than that, I haven't tested under chemical washes up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, or heat and steam up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. But we'll see. So far, nothing crazy compared to another Sharpie. The tip has lasted a little longer, being fine. Other than that, pretty much just a normal Sharpie. But there's that. Let's move that off the screen. You'll be able, apologize. You'll be able to see here in this little clip where I'm carrying that, which is going to be my front left pocket. Now let's move on to something else that's less exciting, which is going to be my flashlight. Nothing too glamorous. This is the Streamlight Micro Stream, I believe. Yeah, Micro Stream says right there. And this one has been a frequent flyer in my EDC. It's been around for a long time. It's got lots of wear. Probably more wear than it looks, actually. I had it coated in a while with Flex Seal coating, but I ended up scraping it all off in my spare time. But really like this light. It's a really phenomenal tool, and highly recommend it. I carry that also in my front left pocket. Now let's move on to something a little bit cooler, which is going to be, let's get this out of the way first. Actually, my wallet, front right pocket, nothing too crazy. I removed all the cards. This is a Travel Lambo. You can get on Amazon. This one was in a vegetable oiled leather. I don't know, it looked cool when I bought it, and I like it. And it's got a lot of card slots, and it's really minimalist compared to some other things. So I like it. I recommend it. It's lasted for a while. Also front right pocket. Knife. This is my utility knife, but it also is a semi-defensive knife. Although when I'm going lethal option, I'm choosing the Firearm before I choose this every day of the week. I got this actually for quite a deal, $40 or $45 off of KSL here in Utah. Came with all of this, which is a Wiseman Company signet ring and a professionally done Emerson Wave mod on this. Wow, it's not focusing. It's not wanting to focus. Let me put my hand behind it. It's really struggling. I apologize. Oh, there we go. Got it. Very well done. Very, very, very well done. So for $45, the knife runs $75. The signet ring runs like $30, and then Wave features are like $35 if you want to add them on. I'm not sure how much mods cost the actual knife, but I like it. I think it was a steal. This is a Delica 4 in Warren Cliff style blade. So great for utility, full flat grind, perfect. As you can see here, I am carrying this in my front left pocket, slid all the way to the back. Next, let's go to my multi-tool, which is the ever trusty Leatherman Signal in Cabela's signature Coyote Tan coloration. This is my all-time favorite everyday multi-tool and just multi-tool pretty much in general, for the reasons that I'm going to list here, in that it is so slim compared to other multi-tools. It actually has a pocket clip. It is fairly smooth actually for the actuation, so you can actually, oh wow, I say that, but you can fairly easily flip it around and access all of this. The screws and stuff aren't too tight, so I can get the knife out with one hand, get to the pliers with one hand. I do actually keep it locked most of the time so it doesn't flop open, because it's not necessarily loose, but it is smooth. It's really easy to pull out and actuate the lock on it so it won't open up. And then a saw, and it's got some tools that you don't think about using often but are nice to have if you ever were to need them, which are going to be the ferro rod and the knife sharpener on the back, which is pretty nice. But anywho, Leatherman Signal, as you can see, I carry that in the front right pocket, slid all the way to the rear of the pocket, and it is just a phenomenal tool, and I absolutely highly recommend this tool above most other tools, all others so far. And then this, as you can see, is going to be the Rats tourniquet. The one in the video that you're seeing right now is the Generation 1. I have moved away from this for no other reason other than they've created a Generation 2, and I'm actually making another video, comparison video on the Gen 2s right now. Or not right now, I'm doing this video right now, but I am going to be posting another video here shortly about the Gen 2 versus the Gen 1. For the purpose of the video, I'm just showing the Gen 1. Here, I'll just roll in the Gen 2. I'm using it as a belt right now because my belt's off. But this is the Gen 2 Rats tourniquet, and this is what I'm carrying. So let's get this one out of here. There's nothing wrong with the Gen 1, and it still works perfectly fine. I'm just carrying the Gen 2 because I picked one up, and it's only like $1.50 more. And yeah, so as you can see, I have that wrapped around my waist in such a manner that it allows easy one-handed access and application if need be. It's very fast, very smooth, very effective. If you want to go watch my other video, watch the video. It's called Rats Tourniquet Best Carry Method. And I highly recommend familiarizing yourself with emergency medical equipment such as tourniquets and hyphen vents or occlusive dressings and things of that manner if you're going to be a shooter. If you're not going to be, when I say shooter, I mean a self-defender. If you're not going to be carrying a firearm for self-defense, still familiarize yourself with medical equipment such as tourniquets and occlusive dressings, so you can be an asset in a crisis rather than a liability. Nextly, my belt. Let's go to my belt. This is probably the oldest piece of equipment that I've got on right now. Maybe the flashlight's a little older, but this is an SOE EDC belt. Oh, it's upside down. That's a shame. SOE, and it is going to focus if it's the freaking life. SOE EDC, and this actually has seen a ton of use. I've had this for probably 3.5 years, and I remember when I first had it, and I was doing some work on the car, and I laid down prone and started scraping up this paint. And I was like, oh, goodness, I don't want to ruin my perfectly good belt. I'm going to scratch it up. But now, after using it for quite a while, I think it looks badass. All worn down and actually used. But this is the Raptor buckle. Cobra, which is a smaller version of the Raptor. So this is 1.5 inches instead of the 2 inches that the typical ones are. And as you can see, I wear it through all my belt loops like every belt should be worn. And then lastly, what everyone probably wanted to see is going to be the gun. And this is a Glock 19 Generation 4. Completely stock except for the sights, which are Ameriglow with a high-vis front dot, blacked out rear, some grip tape there, and a Magpul magazine well, which is highly recommended by me. And that is the firearm, and it is loaded, so I will set that this way. Spare magazine. Nothing special. This is stock mag. I carry a P mag in here because the stock mag is a little too flush. So if there were to be a some kind of stoppage or a jam where I would actually have to strip the magazine, God forbid, I would have to, it would be much more difficult to grab, but a P mag is slightly more extended and it has something to actually grip onto. So that's why I carry the P mag instead of the stock Glock mag as my primary magazine, and then I carry a stock Glock magazine as my secondary. So that is that, and they all run in a tier 1 concealed holster, which is the Aegis. I found out, I believe is how it's pronounced. And phenomenal holster, phenomenal. I love it. I can not see myself wearing any other holsters anymore, so I'm gonna have to order a couple of these. One for the Glock 43, and then I'm looking at getting a SIG P365. So one for that when I am able to afford it. And as you can see in this clip, it runs appendix carry, and it is just awesome, just super comfortable. I can't describe to you. The claw doesn't dig in too much. It flexes with your body because of the leather. It's very well concealed, and it's super fast to get to, so highly recommended. Anyway, if you watched the video to this point, I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and take it easy and stay safe.